By 1965, ICICI had completed 10 years of service to the nation. Independent India was rebuilding herself and pursuing her dream of self-reliance. However, fate intervened, challenging her resilience. Drought, crop failure, and famine struck in some parts of the country. Simultaneously, border hostilities erupted, which took a further toll on economic progress. And India decided to reorient her priorities. To boost the economy, the nation started to focus on export promotion and agricultural production. In support, ICICI too began to back these objectives. We focused on industries such as fertilizers, pesticides, and tractors. We also financed crucial export-oriented industries like shipping and jute. By the late 60s, the dark clouds on the economy had rolled away and rays of progress became visible once more. ICICI also started to gain momentum. We expanded our footprint by setting up offices in Chennai and Kolkata. In the early 70s, ICICI started to focus on balanced development in the country. It channeled a significant portion of its financial assistance to key industries in underdeveloped states. This funding was at a lower rate of interest and came with longer grace and repayment periods. By the mid-80s, around 60% of ICICI's funding was towards projects in underdeveloped states. In 1973, ICICI set up a merchant banking facility to efficiently finance the more complex requirements of industries that sprung up in this era. A few years later, we introduced the concept of 20 to 25% conversion of convertible debentures in the country. We implemented this by managing the first issuance of convertible debentures of Reliance Textiles in 1978. Alongside, to catalyze rural development, ICICI assisted projects and provided training to farmers, rural artisans, and craftsmen. In the 1970s, India also needed additional financial infrastructure to serve her dynamic needs. ICICI rose to the occasion and promoted organizations that reshaped the country's financial ecosystem. There was a gaping shortage of affordable housing finance across the country. ICICI recognized that offering easy access to finance for housing would catalyze this sector. It would also go on to fulfill the dream of owning a home for millions of Indians. We began nurturing this vision in the early 1970s, and by 1973, we created a proposal to develop a housing finance institution. This dream bore fruit, and in 1977, the Housing Development Finance Corporation was registered. ICICI contributed to the initial share capital of this institution. ICICI also conceived and sponsored multiple finance and training institutions. By the time we completed our 25th year of service to the nation in 1979, the corporation had matured by leaps and bounds. Over the quarter of a century, we provided large sums of financial assistance to over 2,500 projects across various industries. These projects were launched by almost 1,400 enterprises, of which approximately 40% were new companies. We also financed corporations that went on to become household names across the country, setting benchmarks, launching industry trends, and earning international recognition.